With NBC News in depth tonight, more on the coming midterm elections. You saw our new polling numbers at the top of tonight's broadcast. They show the president's approval rating again at 38%. And with support for the war in Iraq also losing ground, many Republican candidates for office are putting some distance between themselves and the president. More on that story from our chief White House correspondent, David Gregory, tonight. David, good evening.
Good evening, Brian. The president will certainly be an active campaigner down the stretch, but as you mentioned, in some of these tight races around the country, many Republicans are keeping their distance from the White House.
Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the United States.
Mr. Bush is a big draw in campaign 2006 for Democrats eager to link their GOP opponents with an unpopular president.
Michael Steele is a longtime supporter of George Bush.
Jim Webb, challenging Republican Senator George Allen in Virginia, thinks Allen, particularly when it comes to the war in Iraq, is loyal to a fault.
People are looking for someone who has the courage to stand up to power when power is being used wrongly.
Democratic attacks have led some Republicans in moderate districts to highlight their independence.
I've gone against the president and the Republican leadership when I think they're wrong.
A top advisor to Republican Senator Rick Santorum, who's trailing in his battle to win re-election in Pennsylvania, describes the president as a distraction. A Bush visit becomes all about him.
What we need are to have these races be about the Republican versus the Democrat, not just a referendum on some of the problems in Washington.
The University of Virginia's Larry Sabato.
It's a simple matter of Bush's unpopularity. He's low enough in the polls so that he's a minus at the polls for the Republican candidates for Senate and House and governor. So they put him at arm's length.
Though the Republican Party says Mr. Bush has raised nearly $200 million for the GOP this year, many appearances have been closed to the news media. Some candidates prefer to be seen with more popular political figures, like John McCain or Rudy Giuliani. That said, the commander-in-chief can still turn out the conservative base with red meat pitches on taxes and terrorism.
The stakes are high. The Democrats are the party of cut and run. Ours is a party that has got a clear vision.
In a year when even stalwart Republicans have a lukewarm view of the White House. Missouri Republican Jim Talent on Meet the Press.
Do you believe that President Bush is a great president?
Certainly he's going to end up better than Jimmy Carter, probably not as good as Ronald Reagan.
Even in this difficult climate, White House advisors insist that the president is not a liability for his party, said one top official tonight. Quote, he can sharpen the questions in these races and motivate the party to pay attention. This in a year, Brian, when voter intensity may win the day.
It's getting interesting out there. David Gregory at the White House for us tonight. Thanks, David. We'll take another break when